Welcome back to ECG, and we are doing one last tournament run here to see what we can make happen. Last night there were two more games played. Miami of Ohio did advance, and also Prairie View. So I've got this whole entire schedule set up like it would be for the tournament. The only thing is you can't force win a game in here, so we're going to have to simulate this game and see if we can make Prairie View become the winners. We'll see how long that takes. And it did not work on that one, so we'll need to back out and reload it up. And we've got a winner. Prairie View will be now in the bracket with Florida, if I'm not mistaken. Let's jump over here. There they are. Florida will be facing off against Prairie View. So as has been done before, we will jump into the round of 64 games, seeing who advances in this first section of the tournament. I'll only be pointing out upsets as this goes along. And we have an upset right off the bat. Somehow Siena takes down the Duke Blue Devils in a 16 versus 1 matchup. Unbelievable. And TCU takes down Ohio State. What a tournament this is going to be. And so far the rest of that East Regional, there were no other upsets, just Siena and TCU. Although it's hard to call a 9-8 really an upset, but that's what we're doing it for the purposes of this bracket. Jumping over to the South Regional now, Prairie View, winner of the play-in game, is facing off against Florida. And Texas A&M takes down St. Mary's in what otherwise was a perfect bracket so far. So in that South Regional bracket, there was only one upset, and that was Texas A&M over St. Mary's. Jumping over to the Midwest Regional now, you have Michigan versus Howard. And St. Louis takes down Georgia. Akron takes out Texas Tech. What a victory that would be for the Akron Zips if that happened. And Tennessee State takes down Iowa State. What an epic showdown that would have been. Last region here is the West Regional. We'll see what happens in this one. And Kennesaw State takes down Gonzaga, crushing any hopes they might have had in this tournament. How unfortunate for the Bulldogs. Over here now, back to the East Regional, we're going to see who will make it to the Sweet 16. Siena versus TCU. And Siena keeps their run going, and they've made it to the Sweet 16. They're going to have a tough opponent in Kansas in that matchup. And Louisville takes out Michigan State in a thriller, 93-92. In the South Regional now. And down goes Florida. Clemson beats them 80-73. And Vanderbilt takes out Nebraska. North Carolina takes out Illinois. And Texas A&M takes out Houston. Wow. The upsets are starting to flow now, aren't they? In the Midwest Regional, let's see who advances to the Sweet 16. And St. Louis takes down Michigan. What an impressive victory. A low-scoring affair, 49-37? Wow. That would have been a crazy, boring game to watch. And Akron takes down Alabama. There's no messing with this. This is insane. And Tennessee takes out Virginia, 107-74. And Kentucky will move on to face SEC rival Tennessee. And in the West Regional, no upsets. Everybody moves along. For a chance to make it to the Elite Eight, Siena and Kansas will square off. And Siena continues its Cinderella run, advancing to the Elite Eight as a 16 seed. Unbelievable. And Connecticut will be their foe in the Elite Eight. Who will make it in the South Regional between Clemson and Vanderbilt? And Vanderbilt will advance. And Vanderbilt will be squaring off against North Carolina. St. Louis and Akron for a chance at the Elite Eight. And St. Louis will advance to the Elite Eight and face off against Tennessee or Kentucky. And Tennessee will be their foe. In the best kept bracket so far, the West Regional, we have 1 versus 4, Arizona and Arkansas. And Arkansas takes down Arizona to make it to the Elite Eight. BYU and Purdue. And Purdue takes down the Cougars, so it'll be a 2-4 matchup in the West Regional. A 16 versus 2 in the East Regional. A 5 versus 6 in the South Regional. And a 9 versus 6 in the Midwest Regional. Time to figure out who is going to make it to the Final Four. Can Siena keep their Cinderella run going? And they have fallen to the Connecticut Huskies. And Arkansas will advance to face Connecticut in the Final Four. Vanderbilt and North Carolina. And the Tar Heels will advance to the Final Four. And St. Louis is the victor. So North Carolina and St. Louis will square off for a battle to the national championship game. Who will be victorious? And it will be North Carolina. And the team they will face off against will be Arkansas. What a final this would be. Arkansas versus North Carolina. Who will win? That we will find out in the play game.
Get ready for College Hoops 2K8. The North Carolina Tar Heels face off against the Arkansas Razorbacks. Welcome, college basketball fans. This is it. The national championship game. Give us your take, Bill.
I'll really be watching the matchup at the 4 spot. Richards is one of the strongest power forwards in the country. He's an outstanding defender in the low post, and he has wonderful fundamental skills down there. Blizzard is also a capable power forward. You've always got to think about the double team when he has the ball in tight. He's a one-man wrecking crew.
Blizzard scores the opening field goal. Schwartz from long range connects. He's got 3.
Just before the game, I caught up with the Razorbacks coach. He told me that his team got on a roll in the first game of the tournament, and it simply hasn't stopped since. As hard as it's supposed to be for a lower seed such as themselves to make it to the national championship game, he said it hasn't seemed that difficult at all. That's how well they've been playing, and he doesn't expect anything less in this title game. We'll see if he's right.
Thanks, Tracy. From 20 feet out, all net. They lead by 1. Strada corrals the miss. Sent back.
Get it out of there, big fella. You have to protect the lane, and that time they tried to sneak one through on him.
The big guy has spoken. He gets the second to fall as well. Troutman inbounds the ball. The steal by Blizzard. Michaud snatches the offensive rebound. Put up and in on that last layup.
He gets the job done almost every time, Vern. We're talking about a fellow with onions.
He gets the second to fall as well.
You know what kind of defense they're in, don't you, Vern? Minuteman.
Carolina creates all sorts of problems with their defense. They play passing lanes well and always find a way to force tough shots. To the elbow. Shoots. Fired short by Arline. They're still down 7, and it's gathered up by Michaud. Hammered in on that last dunk. Here we go again. Yet another lead change.
This is what the fans came to see. What a game.
Has it out left. Michaud takes a 3. Sinks it. They increase their lead to 4. stolen away. The D was really waiting for him there.
That's how you do it. Keep the heat on. Wait for the misstep and then capitalize.
He gets them both. Scrocky dumps it down low. Shoots it. Nice 9-footer by Whitaker. They've got it within 7. To the stripe. Uses the crossover. No good on the last layup by Blizzard. Arline. No one around him. Off the backboard and in. They're in front, 22-15. Stolen by Pelé.
Oh, the quick hands. Before they even knew what hit them, he made off with that one.
Right side. Feeds it to the baseline. Lets it go. Perfect shot by Arline. And they now go up by 9. Backs in. Dishes to the right side. Robbins from the baseline. Tipped up and in. Michaud from deep. It drops. He's 2 for 4 from downtown. Arline. Fires. Gets the three-pointer to go. They now have a dozen unanswered points. Under 7 minutes left in the half. Well, let's get back to the action. Michaud. On target from 16 feet. Pass. Pele. From 18 feet away. Gets it to fall. We'll head into the break with the score 46-31. How about the happenings in the first half, Bill?
I can't think of too much good to say about this game, so Vern, maybe you can do play-by-play and color.
Knocks it down. Schwartz. Richards backs in, releases, gets the post shot to fall. Schwartz hands it off. Troutman behind the arc. It's good. They cut the lead to 8. Just over 14 minutes left in the second half. He gets them both. Ingerson inbounds the ball. They still have a 7-point lead. Schwartz goes up, banks it off the glass and in. And they're now down by 5. And I think Tracy has something for us on that. Tracy?
The Tar Heels coach wants to see his players move more effectively without the ball so they can get better looks at the basket. He told his guys, if you get to the open spot on the floor, I know you can hit that shot. Vern?
Thanks, Tracy. Gets it on the stripe. Arline from deep. Hits it. 19 points, and he leads all scorers. A 1 of 2. Ingram. Schwartz. The long 3 drops. He's shooting 40% from deep. Good on number 2. He gets the second to fall as well. Thaler is needed out on the floor. He didn't get much of a rest. To the elbow. Michaud from the corner. Nothing but net. They lead 77-72. He grabs the rebound. Blizzard could not get the layup to fall after that nice pump fake. They still have a 3-point lead. Nice move in the paint on that last shot by Troutman.
He has a great rhythm from there. It's kind of a lost art in this world of dunks and triples.
Troutman throws it up, nails it from the wing. They make it a single-digit game. The Tar Heels bring the ball up. They're on a 10-2 run. Inbounds the ball. My, oh my, what a game. We have a new national champion. What a sensational season for this coach and this team. These players rose to the challenge in the Final Four, just as they did throughout the year. They played with such heart in this tournament.
And it looks like the North Carolina Tar Heels are going to be the national champions in this simulation. So, over the last couple days, there have been 3 different champions. 31 points from Mishad. So the leading scorer on Arkansas had 21 points between two of these players. And on North Carolina, they had two players at 31 points. And they had one at 21. They definitely got a heck of a performance out of their starters. Who knows what's going to really happen in the tournament. But I hope you guys enjoy it, have fun watching it, and I'm always pulling for an upset and an underdog. Have a great day, and we'll see you next time on ECG.